What's up, fellas? Welcome to your second tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about variables. Now, variables are used to store data of some particular data type. So, in programming, you declare a variable by following certain rules as per the programming language convention. So, it's normal to follow certain rules and then you declare your variables correctly, else you have a problem with the compiler. So first off, in C++, before you declare a variable, you need to identify what your variable is going to be storing. What kind of data do you want the variable to store? Now I have some primitive data types here listed that are recognized in C++. We have the int data type for storing integer values. We have the long for longer integers that are longer enough to not be held by the inside within the integer memory space, 4-byte space. So we also have long, as you can see, it's a longer version of the long. And we also have float for floating point decimals. That's you have decimal numerals like money, you want to store it using float. Now double is also floating point decimals, but a 64-bit length, that is twice that of the float. And we also have the char for a single character, then string for storing an array of characters like your name or sentences. You can use a string data type to do that. Then we have the bool for storing true or false. Okay, so these are the primitive data types that are recognized in C++. There might be more, but these are the widely used ones and then the prominent ones. We'll get into the complex data types when we are doing classes and object-oriented programming. So here we are going to follow some the rules. As I said, we're going to follow them and declare some few variables and write some small code with them. So first off, you need to write the data type that you wanted your variable to contain or to hold. The second thing is the name. The variable name, that's the identifier, what identifies the variable. Okay, now you need to also follow certain rules here writing your variable name. The variable name, first off, it cannot be a reserved word. These are reserved words: namespace, using, return, words that are used by the language, and a good editor will give you different colors with these particular words. So your variable name cannot be any of these words. Second, it cannot start with a numeral. Third, it cannot start with a special character. And finally, it should not contain any space of all. You can't put a space between any of your your characters in your variable name. It shouldn't contain spaces. And also, it cannot contain special characters. I think I've said that. Now, what is allowed? It can be your variable name can start with a lowercase character. Fine. It can start with an uppercase or an underscore, and then you can contain it can contain uppercase or lowercase or any integer values or numeral values, but it cannot contain special characters or spaces. So let me declare some variable names here. So I'm going to declare some variables here, and also initializing the variable as you declared. There are two ways of doing this. You can either use, let me write this out. You can either use age. You can either use the assignment operator, this one right here. It's equal sign in mathematics, but it's assignment operator in programming. So you can either use this one, or you put your value within the parenthesis right here. So you can declare and initialize by doing this. Okay, any of these two is acceptable. Int age equals 22, int age, and you put your 22 inside. So let me declare some more variables here. Let me name, I'm not going to initialize this one, and then float money. Okay, give this 50.0. And what else? Let me get a char for my grade and give that A. Of course, give it an A. Then we have the bool answer. Let me give it true. Okay, now these are variables I've declared. These ones are initialized. This one is also initialized, and this one is not initialized. So I'm going to come down here and give my variable some value. Good. Now you should note that when you haven't initialized it and you are going to assign value to your variable, you cannot use parentheses to do that. You can't use parentheses to assign the value to it later. You can only use parentheses when you are initializing on the declaration. So, or at the declaration, which of them is correct? I think is the at declaration. So we have variables here with values. All of them have values. So I'm going to just write something to the console and we have something to see. My name is, and you drop your name here, and your name, you should take care not to put it within the string here. Okay, if you put it inside here, it's gonna be recognized as a string value, as a string, not a variable. So this one means the compiler would have to look for a variable called name and then put the content within that variable, or the value the variable is holding inside here. So the next one, I'm gonna give a space. I am my age, give my age here, years old. Okay, I have some money. Okay, let me put the money here. I have money, and what else? I have money, and my grade is, just putting some dumb stuff here, just so that we see what we've declared and assigned to grade. Grade here, and then flashes the memory. See out, and we're gonna drop a question here. Is that true? And I'm gonna drop the answer. Okay, so we have something else. This should give me something like, my name is Aaron, my name is Samson, I am 22 years old, I have 50, and my grade is A. Is that true? And that should give me 1, because the C++ compiler recognizes true as 1 and false as 0. So you're not actually going to see true here, you'll see something like 1. And later, when we do conditionals, you learn how to control that output, and then you can give the person either true or false per your wish. Okay, so here we have it. My name is Samson, I'm 22 years old, I have 50, and my grade is A. Is that true? And the answer is 1. So this is all we have to know about variables, and it's as easy as that. With this, you are good to go. Write variables and then use them to write your programs. And again, variables are used to store data, and before declaring a variable, you need to know the data type that you want the variable to hold, and you need to also make sure your variable name doesn't start with a numeral, it doesn't start with a special character or contain a special character of any kind, and it can only start with an underscore or an uppercase or a lowercase character, and can contain numerals within it, but it cannot start with a numeral. So this is it with variables. I will see you guys in the next tutorial.